Hello guys, my name is Stein de Bont and I'm an office manager and a videographer at Graphic Matters in Breda, Holland. Our team consists of 5 people, including myself. So we have Dennis Elbers, he's a creative director. We have Nick Nelle, he's in charge of communications together with Alias. We also have Sansa Lupias in our team. She does research and also does production. And we also work with freelancers. So we have Simone, she's in charge of the educational program. We have Patricia, she's in charge of production and design. No, they're not volunteers, they're freelance. Yeah, so they get paid for their job. And besides that, we also have 2 interns. So that's our team. So the idea actually came from, for our festival, came from the Graphic Design Museum. The idea was, before it was called Graphic Design Museum. Even before Moti in 2008, it was called Graphic Design Museum. And it was just the idea of let's get the museum into the streets. Let's get it outside of the museum and make it free for everybody to see and to visit. And then that's actually where it came from, and then it grew bigger and bigger, and then it separated from the museum, and now it's an identity by itself. The founder of the festival is Dennis Elbers. He's also still in charge, so he's our creative director. And he started the Graphic Design Festival Breda in 2008. Yeah.
So you joined another year?
Yeah, I joined in 2010 as an intern. Yeah.
And you just working in this team?
Yeah, and after my internship, I stayed on as a freelancer as well, and now I'm employed by the festival. And every 2 years we have this big festival, and every year we have a different theme. And now we changed the name from Graphic Design Festival Breda to Graphic Matters.
I want to ask you.
That's why I was going there.
Yes, is there a change in the title of your festival?
Yes.
So what kind of thing happened that just push you guys changing the title and think about your position?
Every festival, it's just a big experiment.
Yes.
So we had a festival that took place for an entire month. We had a festival that was only 10 days, 7 days, 14 days.
Yeah.
We try to experiment every time to find.
For like 2 months is quite long. Yeah.
1 month.
1 month.
1 month. Yeah. So it's all a big experiment to find out what suits us best. And eventually we also came to the conclusion that we might want to change our name, because the old name, Graphic Design Festival Breda, you can split it up in 3 sections. So you had graphic design, you had festival, and you had Breda.
Oh.
And each word, people had expectations with each word. So if you say graphic design to somebody who doesn't know anything about graphic design, they expect logos or only identities. And also with the word festival, it kind of confuses people. They have different expectations. And so to take that all the way, also take the word Breda off to be more international. And that's why we actually changed the name to Graphic Matters.
There's some other reason, like maybe you rethink about your position in this.
It's not. Of course, we think about our position compared to other festivals, but it has never been the main reason to change our name. It was just for the visitors. They had different expectations when you hear a name like Graphic Design Festival, and we wanted to get back to the point. Because the thing we always want to tell is, why does graphic design matter? It's all around us, everybody sees it, you see it every day. And that's what we want to tell, we want to show. We want to show that graphic design matters and what moves these designers to do what they do. And that's why I think that Graphic Matters is a way better name for our festival than Graphic Design Festival Breda. Curating all the works and all the exhibitions, Dennis, our creative director, he's in charge.
So he selected all the works from like this year?
Not all by itself, but he's head of curating the exhibitions and also all the works. books. But he doesn't do it by itself, of course. We also have Marit. I didn't mention her earlier, so sorry. We also have Marit. She does production, and she's also a curator together with Dennis. And also for different exhibitions we do, we invite others to curate with us. Usually we do it as a team, of course. We talk to each other and find out what do we want to tell, what's going to be the theme this year. And yeah, it just flows like that. So eventually you come up with projects, you think like, oh, this would work good in a festival, this would also work good in a festival, and you see connections between all these projects, and then you think like, okay, that could be a theme. So all these projects you can find in magazines, online, meeting new people, and other interventions or anything. Yeah, eventually you get a big group of projects, and you think, okay, this is a thing we could show at our festival, and then all the puzzle pieces, they fall into place, and you think like, okay, this is connected to that, this project works like this, and then it all comes together, and then you get a theme. The thing I like most, I think, is a part of the. No, I don't. No, let me change it. I have so many favorites, so it's really hard to choose. But I think my favorite project is the corporate warfare project. That's outside on the big billboards. It's from For Real, a design agency from Germany. And what they did is they used identities of big companies like Google, DHL, Adidas.
Oh, it's downstairs.
Yeah, it's outside.
Outside?
Yeah.
I think downstairs they have a stadium of people with all the brands.
No, it's not that one. No, it's not that one. But they use the corporate identity of those companies, and they put that identity on bombs and rockets and missiles and all this army equipment, and it gives a really strange view about the world. So you see a nuclear bomb with the corporate identity of Google, and I think it really messes with your head, because it could be true. You know, it's a theme that companies run this world, not governments, and that's what I really like about it. Again, of course, it's my personal opinion. I really like that project because it shows that that we're all run by, you know, if you want to find something, you want to know something, you go to Google. So actually, Google decides what you know or what you're gonna know about that topic, and I think that's why it's a really nice connection to put the identity of Google on a nuclear weapon, and then you think like, whoa, yeah, this really makes an impact. But if you just go to the website, go to Google, then yeah, it's just daily life. You use Google every day. But if you see it in a different context, then I think it's really interesting. And also, it's not on a computer screen. So it's outside on a really big billboard. So then, of course, all the context is already gone. So on me, it really made an impact when I saw it, because I only saw it on the TV, on a monitor. So to see it in real life, it's really interesting. The thing we did 2 years ago at our last festival, it was called Image. And yeah, we invited all creative design, not even design, just festivals about festivals about creativity and concepting, thinking, talks, everything that sounds interesting to us. We invited them over to Breda to meet each other, to exchange ideas, to really get a sort of a base for the future. And now the last meeting we had was in Poland, in Warsaw. We also try to, with other festivals in Europe, we try to go to meet the people, and so we met, actually a lot of people who work in the creative field that organize festivals in Europe, and it's really nice. And we even got European funding to do the image. Actually, this is the first year that we're charging an entrance fee. So for some exhibitions you have to buy a ticket. We've never done that before. Before it was always free for everybody to visit. But now we decided, of course we're going we need to change the way we work. I mean, of course, we need to make a little bit of money as well. It's not the main focus, but it is important. So that's why we decided that for a couple of exhibitions we charge you a fee, but a lot of projects are still free to visit 24/7. So of course it's always important to have graphic design and the artwork outside for free, because people need to see it.
Separate in all the Breda exhibit.
Yeah, well, also this edition, before we were always scattered around the entire city. So sometimes it was difficult for people to find out where to go, where stuff is happening. So that's why we decided to, like I said, we're all experimenting with stuff. So now it's all inside one building and all around this building. So not throughout the entire city, but just one place where graphic matters the most. Well, I think also because in Eindhoven you have two big festivals. You of course have the Dutch Design Week and Low. Yeah, also you have Low. I can't come up with the other name. Oh, very sorry. It's all about technology. Yeah. And in Eindhoven, maybe makes more sense to have these festivals because from way back they were involved in technology and innovation. And so of course. And so in Eindhoven, it's really clear where it comes from because they have the city has this background of technology, and they really want to keep it that way. And I think festivals are a great way to show people what you stand for. And it also gives it a little bit of an exclusive image because you cannot visit it the entire year, you know. So you really have to be there when it happens. So a festival is exactly the moment to look into the future because when you go to a festival, you want to be surprised, you want to be entertained. It's a moment where you can step out of your daily routine. You know, it's just you go from
get inspired.
Yeah, it's a place you go to get inspired, to be surprised. So I think the best way to do it is to give them a peek into the future. Yeah. And also, you look to the future, but also you take with you what's in your past. So it's always important to keep in mind where you come from and what happened before. Learn from it, see it, and research it, and then think about, okay, how can this develop into the future? And I think a festival is the perfect moment because, like I said, it's exclusive. It's not the entire year, so it's not going to get a bore or a drag. If you can see it every day, you can see it happening. No, it's one moment in time that you visit to be surprised. It's the moment for these things. And I think other organizations see it as well. It's also in music, like the big Lowlands Festival. They always want to have the big names before they are really famous. You see, so that's the thing that they really want to do, like discover new bands and let other people discover them too. And that's why people go to visit a festival to discover. And I think even that festival culture in Holland could be even better if they all collaborate even more. Because that's what they do. Like again, the example.
You collaborate with what kind of things, like parties or?
Yeah. Like why not? You got the what's it called? It's called the Strijd Festival. That was the name of the event in Eindhoven that I couldn't remember. Yeah. STRP. You write it. And what they do really good is during the day. You get all these technology, you get all these different things that are gonna blow your mind, and then in the evening you get like really great names and bands and music and food, everything. So it's really nice how that all comes together. I think that China is an upcoming country, and there's a lot to discuss there. And I think there's no better way than graphic design to discuss politics, life, economics, whatever. And I think if China is going to be important in the future, like in graphic design, it's going to be even more important. So I think graphic designers from China are going to be
Yeah,
a pretty big thing. So
so you are very clever if they like enjoy your festival by sending the posters or something.
yeah, well, like
I also heard that you were saying there's a lot of the posters sending from China, maybe from students or.
yeah, we get a lot from students, but to be honest, some weren't that good.
Not that good.
Because we then.
Not like homework.
Well, I don't know, but you get to send 3 posters,
Yeah.
and you get 3 times the same poster, but then all 3 have a different, only the text, they change the text. Like, we need to decide what the best poster is. And
Similar.
that's not how the competition works, you know. You have to design the poster, not us.
Yeah.
So, but I'm really glad that this year is the first year we had, I think, 3 winners from China in our poster competition. Yeah, it was the first time. So it's really nice to see that they are getting better, and they really have to have an opinion, not let us decide. It's also about the message. It's not just about how things look, it's about what you want to tell and the way you tell it. And if you have a great story but a really bad visual, then it's not going to work. If you have a really great visual but you have no story, then it's also not going to work. So it's always the combination of the right message with the right design, actually. So that's important, China.
Important, so you're
that's important.
very people sending more their works here.
Of course.
Join your festival much more in the future.
Why not? Yeah, that would be great.
It would be great.
Yeah.
And maybe also some workshops or other.
Why not? I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's the first year we had some Chinese winners in our poster competition, so I'm really happy to see that it improved over the years. Of course, I only saw a couple of posters, so I can't speak for everybody, but it's just a thing that I noticed. No problem?
Yes, thank you very much for the interview.
No problem, I really liked it.